Hi, it's Andrea from the Belief Builders, and today I want to talk to you about how to be a winner every day of your life. So I've recently moved into my new apartment and I was unpacking my boxes, and you know those boxes that have been collecting dust for years that you haven't ever actually looked at and they just get moved from place to place. Well, I actually opened one and had a look inside, and inside was all these trophies and medals and things that I'd won when I was still in primary and high school, but in swimming. So I used to compete in swimming, and I used to win. So routinely, not only within my own club, but in zones and things like that. So swimming carnivals. And as I looked at these trophies and as I looked at these medals, I felt this feeling inside, like what it had felt like when I had won them. So this intense excitement when your name gets called out and you realize that you've won, or you finish the race and you touch and you look around and there's no one else there and you know that you have won that race. And that intense excitement of like being validated, of knowing that you were the best at that point in time, of having your name called out, of getting to stand up and getting a medal put around your neck, and how amazing and exhilarating that feeling is. And I felt it right then as I was looking into that box, staring at these trophies, staring at these medals, and I realized that I hadn't felt that way for a very, very long time. In fact, probably since I'd stopped competing. I'm sure I felt good about things, but that absolute intenseness of that feeling, almost like it was a point. And I started to think how sad that was that I hadn't felt like that probably for a couple of decades. And then I started to think that maybe there's people that have never felt like that at all, and what a shame that was. And I realized something really profoundly important. I realized that feeling that I had, that excitement, it was made up of brain hormones. I know that now, right? So it's made of the dopamine being rewarded for being the best, for succeeding. And then there's the serotonin, which is like that status symbol, the oxytocin, which means that the tribe's going to love you because you've won. There's the endorphins, that it would have been the adrenaline from that race. All of these things coming together, plus the knowledge that I had won, was what would have created that sensation in my body, the feeling in my body. And I realized with what I know now, with working with clients, with a hypnotherapist, a psychotherapist, and recoding people, is that I can choose to feel that whenever I want. I can reawaken that feeling within myself whenever I want. So the question is, if I could do that whenever I wanted to, why wouldn't I choose to do it often? Why wouldn't I choose to feel like that often? And this extends obviously well out past me to everybody. Why wouldn't we choose to feel that amazing in life on an everyday basis if we could? And we can, right? So I know we go through life, most of us go through life feeling more from a negative, almost like a scarcity in emotions point of view, where we're more beating ourselves up or thinking about what's left to do, or we're feeling like we're not worthwhile, or we don't have worth, we're not valuable, we're not lovable. There's all these negative things that are what's underlying us and what's driving our sensations and our emotions during the day. And these are all belief patterns, obviously, but we can override that with sensation and emotion and flood our body with hormones by triggering them. And the way to do this is just to choose to do it, to choose to feel amazing about something, to choose to feel validated, to choose to feel valuable, to choose to feel worthwhile. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to totally override that underlying foundational belief system, but if you do it often enough, perhaps it will. I mean, maybe you'll still need help. Maybe you'll still need help identifying stuff and removing the rest of the stuff. But you can choose to do this and feel amazing about your life on an everyday basis. So, when you do something good, you tick something off the to-do list, rather than just getting that little buzz, yep, done that. Take the time to feel amazing about yourself. Take the time to high-five yourself, to maybe even do a happy dance, just like really get into it, right? To really feel the sensation that comes from feeling fantastic. So, we don't take the time for ourselves in everyday life. We don't have self-care written into our daily schedule. And this, to me, would be an amazing way to do self-care, to feel fantastic about yourself. So when you do something on your to-do list, rather than just ticking it off and moving on to the next thing, take the time to feel great about yourself. Take the time to feel like worthwhile and what you've done is amazing. If you've just done a great sales call, if you've created your content. So once I finish my video content for this week, I'm going to feel great about myself. I'm going to take the time to congratulate myself and feel high five and really start to stimulate those brain hormones, start to train my brain to release those hormones so I can feel amazing whenever I want to. If you've had a great result with a client, although it's the client that's done the hard work, but you've been there to help them along the way, right? Take the time to feel amazing about yourself and what you're doing and the impact that you're having on life. Take the time to be a winner every day. We don't have to be coming first place in a race to be a winner. We can be a winner on the inside all the time because we can feel like a winner. If you had a great day at work, if you've had a great day with your family, really feel into that. Take the time to feel fantastic and amazing about that. Now, what are the advantages of doing this, right? Apart from taking time out to this self-care and this feeling fantastic and feeling like a winner every day. Well, you get to feel successful on a regular basis. And who cares if it's just the smallest thing that's been on your to-do list that you've ticked off? If you get to feel amazing about that, then isn't this what life's really about? Being happy, being joyful, feeling peace, all these positive things. Yes, there are the negative emotions that we have to feel as well. There's the two parts of it. When we get to feel the positive stuff, why don't we make it as powerful as possible? So that's a great advantage of this, right? To really amplify the positive stuff in your life, to feel them as much as possible. So feeling successful on a regular basis, the next thing is it's going to give you more energy for everything else, right? If your brain starts to realize that when it does something, when you do something and you're rewarding yourself, it gets to feel amazing, you'll get more energy towards doing stuff. You'll start to want more. It's going to start to really play into how you feel about getting stuff done if you take the time to feel fantastic about it. It's going to decrease procrastination when it's training your brain, right? Because rather than like, oh my God, I got all this stuff to do. If you know that once it's done, you get to happy dance and high five yourself and feel fantastic about it and really feel into the emotions in the brain and really jazz yourself up about it, you're not going to procrastinate as much, right? So rather than being stuck at the beginning of this stuff and never getting them done and always feeling bad and beating yourself up about it, you're going to get them done and feel amazing. Or the flow on of this is just that you feel amazing in life all the time, I think we get it wrong. We're always chasing the end result. We're always chasing that goal, that dream, that thing that's going to make our life better. But the thing is, when we get to that thing, it's like a mirage. So we've achieved it, but it's kind of disappeared and the next thing has appeared on the horizon. The next goal we're chasing, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's done now. That's like we're used to that now and that doesn't excite us anymore. Now we want the next thing. So we're always off chasing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Never, ever, ever getting to that point where we feel amazing. This is going to take that away because you're going to enjoy the journey. You're going to get to feel amazing every day. And at the end of it all, isn't that what life should be about? It doesn't matter how big or how small our achievements are. It doesn't matter if we're like the next Tony Robbins or we just inspire the people that are in our direct circle. What really matters at the end of the day, when we die and we look back on our life, what's going to matter is how we felt during our time in that life. How we felt with the people around us, how we loved, how we were loved, how amazing we felt. And if you take the time to be a winner every day, no matter what is happening in your life, you take the time to reward yourself, to flood your body with those hormones, just triggering it, choosing it, moving into that sensation and really feeling it, then you're going to have this ripple effect on everybody around you. They're going to be happier when they're near you. They're going to be inspired when you're near you. And they too might start to become a winner on an everyday basis. And isn't that really just an amazing thing in itself, even before you go on to achieve what it is that you're wanting to achieve in life? So take the time out every day in self-care to reward yourself, to be amazing, to feel amazing, to high-five yourself, to, no matter how big or how small your achievements are that day, take the time out to really tell yourself, hey, I slayed that today. I did that. Yeah, that was awesome. I got that done. Go me. Don't feel silly about it. There's no one else around to see you, right? Just really feel into it. And if you need to, when you first start out, you know, even like closing your eyes and working down into that, into your heart chakra, into your space, and feeling it, finding it. Maybe initially you might not feel much at all, but it might be just like a kernel of a sensation, like a tiny thing in there, like a little warm glow. And feel into that warm glow and feed it and intensify it and turn the dial up on it until it spreads, until it becomes a golf ball and then a softball and then a baseball, and until your whole body is filled with this warm glow of how amazing you are and how amazing life is. All right, so I hope that you got something out of this. I hope that you're realizing that really the journey and how we feel on a day-to-day basis is actually more important than what the goal is, what the destination is. Because when we get there, we're always off and running after the next thing. So every day has got to be about feeling amazing and feeling like a winner. All right, if you liked this video, make sure you push the little like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you get notified whenever my new videos are released. I'm going to put a link below this video so that if you want to talk to me about how you can maybe start to clear out some of that clutter, that foundational beliefs, maybe those negative emotions, those negative sensations that you might be challenged with, whether or not it's worth issues, inability to love yourself, the inability to feel successful or to take the action that is needed to do to reach your goals. If you're having trouble clearing that stuff out and creating new foundational belief systems which are going to actually be in alignment with what you're trying to achieve, then jump on my calendar and have a talk to me. It's donnajoyasha.com/success-session, but I'll put the link with this. All right, I hope you guys have an amazing week and I will see you in the next video.